Evolution is the scientific theory that explains how all living organisms on Earth have descended from a common ancestor through a gradual process of genetic variation and natural selection. The theory is supported by extensive evidence from multiple fields of science, including genetics, paleontology, comparative anatomy, and biogeography. Despite the overwhelming evidence supporting the theory of evolution across multiple scientific disciplines and its widespread acceptance among scientists as one of the most well-supported scientific theories in history, there are still individuals who refuse to accept the evidence. While some may cite lack of evidence or alternative arguments, it is often the case that preconceived biases or religious beliefs underlie their reluctance to accept the theory. The theory of evolution has faced several arguments against it by non-believers. Some of the most common which are clearly debunked by the evidence include irreducible complexity. The claim that certain biological systems are too complex to have evolved gradually because all of their components are necessary for the system to function. Evidence against. Research on the evolution of the eye has demonstrated how simple light-sensitive cells can gradually evolve into complex structures like the human eye, refuting the idea that complex systems cannot evolve through gradual changes over time. Gaps in the fossil record. The argument that there are not enough transitional fossils to support the idea of gradual evolution. Evidence against. Although some gaps in the fossil record exist, the discovery of numerous transitional fossils, such as Archaeopteryx, Tiktaalik, and Australopithecus afarensis, provides strong evidence for the gradual evolution of species. Lack of evidence for speciation. The argument that there is little evidence for the formation of new species. Evidence against. There are numerous examples of speciation observed in nature, such as the diversification of Galapagos finches into different species due to changes in their beak size and shape in response to environmental pressures. Additionally, experiments with bacteria and fruit flies have demonstrated that new species can form over relatively short periods of time under controlled laboratory conditions. The overwhelming evidence from multiple scientific disciplines, including genetics, paleontology, comparative anatomy, and biogeography, strongly supports the theory of evolution. Counter-arguments against evolution are almost always based on preconceived beliefs or bias, rather than on scientific evidence. The theory of evolution remains the most well-supported scientific theory for explaining the diversity of life on Earth.